Alright, how's it going, guys? You got Scruffy here, back with some more content for you. What we got here today is I'm going to be showing you my entire Mortal Kombat collection. As you can see by the kind of prologue to this video, if you will, that I'm a collector and I like to collect various things. Recently, after I started getting really big into the Mortal Kombat games and the movies, I decided to start my own Mortal Kombat collection. And I was inspired by Uncaged Games, who, if you guys don't know, he's really big into the Mortal Kombat community, and he's known for doing the, buy everything Mortal Kombat challenges. And at the end of those videos, he always shows off his collection of whatever he bought. And now, my collection is starting to grow a little bit, so I decided I would show that off for you guys here today. At the end of this, too, I'm going to be opening up 3 new items that I just got added to this collection. So do a little unboxing for you guys, because I know that's pretty popular with YouTube. And maybe at the end we'll even do a little giveaway or give the introduction to a giveaway. So, without any further ado, I'm going to start showing you my collection from the little stuff first, and then work my way up to the bigger, more fancier stuff, if you will. And now please excuse me about the lighting, because depending on when I move, the video gets lighter or darker. I'm living in a 1-bedroom apartment with my wife, so I don't really have much area to set up a good lighting station like a lot of these other people do. Hopefully in the future when we get a house I will have my own little gaming room where everything will be set up nicely. But for now this is what you get, so please bear with me if you will. Alright, starting off, we're going to start off with the disc copies of the stuff I have. Then we're going to start with Mortal Kombat X, the limited edition. This came out in 2015. It came with the Combat Pack 1 and the Goro pre-order. Unfortunately, like every Mortal Kombat game, the pre-order, pretty much you're wasting money, because a couple years after the game they come out with the complete edition or the ultimate edition that will have all the DLC characters including the pre-order bonus. But I love Mortal Kombat and I want to play that character day one, so that's why I'm willing to spend the money to get the pack right away. Fun fact about this is I bought this game before I actually bought my PlayStation. This came out in April of 2015 and I bought my PlayStation in July 2015. I wanted that pre-order bonus so bad, but I had to wait till my birthday to get the actual console. So I had this sitting in my room for, what is that, April's 4? 3 months, waiting to play it. And yeah, so a lot of the time I just took the case out and looked at it and thought it was real cool and watched videos on YouTube being like, that's going to be me someday. So, that's what we got for you. But what was nice about that is by the time I could play it, the first 3 DLC characters were released, so I was able to play Predator, Jason, and I believe the other one, I gotta remember who it was. I haven't played this in a while. Yeah, whoever the other guest character was Predator, Jason, and then the other character. Leave a comment in the video if you remember who it was. Alright, next up for games, we got Mortal Kombat 11, the Premium Edition. This one I really like. It comes with this nice metallic looking sleeve. Comes up with the steel case, and I really like the steel cases. I think they're really nice. You're not going to have to worry about bending them or breaking them unless you try really hard. And we got the game case in there, and as you can see, I like to keep the receipts to my things too, just so I have records of them. This was the first one I played that came with the online beta. Not much to say about this one. It's pretty recent. Really no fun stories with that one. Coming up, we got the movies. So we're going to start with this, the Mortal Kombat Trilogy Special Feature. It's got the first Mortal Kombat movie, which I believe came out in 1995, and the sequel, Annihilation. Not sure what year that came out with, but apparently a lot of people don't like it. It's a horrible movie. Personally, I love the cheesy movies, and this one, Annihilation, takes the cake for the cheesiness. It also includes Mortal Kombat Legacy. I actually have not gotten around to watching this yet, but if I recall correctly, that is the little TV series that they released, a few episodes long. And Striker's in it, and he's my favorite character, so I'm looking forward to watching that one of these days once I get a little extra free time. Maybe I'll watch it this weekend, because I will have time. Then, coming up for the DVDs. Continuing, we have the Mortal Kombat Annihilation steel case that just came out this year, or actually last year, right before the Mortal Kombat 2021 came out. And it is still sealed in its package, and for collector's sake, I might just keep it in that package, just because I have the other movies, so I don't really need to watch them. The quality is not going to be too much better with the Blu-ray, but just in that steel case, nice and packaged up. I really like this. One of my favorite things in my collection that I got. Continuing on with the movies, we have Mortal Kombat 2021. Also still in the package, and this is another steel case. This one was really hard to find. As you can see by both the steel cases, Best Buy, I believe, was the only one who were releasing them. This is the 4K edition, comes with Blu-ray and the digital code. I'm torn about this one because I really like it in the packaging, and I don't want to open it. Even though I can see right here it's starting to come open a little bit. But I have been wanting to rewatch this movie. The only time I've seen it was in the theaters. I'm really contemplating whether or not I should open it and watch it again, because I've been kind of craving watching it. Light's getting weird there. But I think I'm going to hold off for now, because maybe someday in the future this will have value, but I doubt I will be selling it. And as I was saying before, because I like to ramble off topic for whatever reason, these steel cases were really hard to find. Best Buy is the only one to buy them, and none of the Best Buys near me were selling them, and they do not deliver. These things do not ship. So I had to pre-order them, which I believe they were both the last copies of each when I pre-ordered them. And this one I had to drive 40 minutes from where I was working to get it, and my work was an hour away from where I live. So I had to drive a total of an hour and 40 minutes away from my house, or my apartment, just to get my hands on this copy. But I will tell you, it was worth it. And the Steelbook was just half an hour away from my house, so that one was pretty easy to get at the time. Continuing on, we have Mortal Kombat Legends. That was the first one. Scorpion's Revenge, with the little figure, as you can see there. That is a nice little figure. Unfortunately, as you recall from this Venom figure that popped up earlier, that came with the issue of Venom. It came in this nice little casing, so you could keep it separate from this. Unfortunately, this does not come with a nice little case. This whole box is the case. But this was a really fun movie, and I have taken the movie out. I have opened it. I've watched it. The movie was as good as any Mortal Kombat movie can be. I enjoyed it. I enjoy a lot of cheesy movies, and this one was not the greatest Mortal Kombat, but I enjoyed it. And I really like the figure. Nice, another little collectible item to hold on to. Lastly, for the movies, we have Mortal Kombat Battle of the Realms. This just came out last year, like at the end of it, November. So this is really recent. I watched this. This one, I love this movie because it had Stryker, it had Raiden, lots of just all the OG characters, and it doesn't really follow, it kind of follows the tournament a little bit, not too much. It's got its own real take on it, but this is Legends, so that means this is not canon at all. I've been seeing a lot of memes. If you watch it, it's a little bit of spoiler alert at the beginning. Ultra Instinct Shaggy and Scooby come out of the Warner Brothers logo and will grab Scorpion and do a fatality on him, if you want to consider that. It's all off screen, so you don't see it. And a lot of people are saying, oh, that means that Shaggy, that Ultra Instinct Shaggy from the memes a while back, is canon. Fortunately, that is not canon because this is Legends. Legends means it does not follow the original canon. But yeah, this was an overall good movie. I liked it. I honestly kind of liked the Scorpion's Revenge a little bit better than this, just because the plot was a little bit better. This one kind of jumps around and has some confusing things at times. I am just realizing, looking back at this one as it was laid there, it does have that limited edition sticker. See if you can see it. Yeah, limited edition. 7,753 out of 10,000. They only made 10,000 of these, which sounds like a lot. And actually, I believe it kind of is. I don't know why. I was looking this up not too long ago, and it is still available on the internet to buy. So if you want to get yourself a copy of this stuff, you can. If any of this stuff, you should be able to still buy. So check out Best Buy, check out eBay. Somebody's selling it. Just don't go to a scalper getting ripped off it and all that. Next, we'll go to the printed stuff, which right now I only got one of those. That's the Mortal Kombat X Volume 2 Blood Gods. There was a total of 3 of these bigger books. As you can see, it's kind of a bigger book from the Mortal Kombat X comic series. This takes place just before the events of Mortal Kombat X. So if you remember replaying the story at the very beginning, you're fighting Scorpion and Sub-Zero in the helicopter with Johnny Cage. Then you beat Shinnok, and then it goes on like in the future, and all of a sudden, the new generation is born. This takes place between the events of Johnny beating Shinnok and the start of the real MKX story mode when Shinnok is brought back to life. So, got number 2 right now. Apparently these no longer are printed. I got this from a store near me that buys stuff from businesses that are going out of business, and they resell it at a cheaper price. They had a whole stack of this, but only the volume 2. But I haven't gotten around to reading this yet. I'm waiting to get my hands on volume 1 and 3 first, because I don't want to, start in the middle, go back in time to the first, and then jump again to the third. I want to read them in order. Next, we'll be going into some of the figures. We'll start with the bad stuff first. And what I mean by bad stuff is this McFarlane Toys Scorpion. This was the very first one that launched when these came out. I saw it at GameStop, got super excited about it, and bought the Scorpion one because it was between Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and between the two I like Scorpion more. If I have to go through the classic ninjas, I would say Scorpion is probably my favorite of all of them, though he is an absolute cheese monster in Mortal Kombat 11. And you see me playing around with it. This is the only one I've ever taken out of box. I tried to make it into a cool pose. Fortunately, at least for the first editions, they were very breakable. As you can see there's tape on the spear, and it looks like he's got a little ED going on with it. That is because trying to, pose him, the spear just snapped in half, like the very first time I tried moving it. The case also broke off, the little stand that came with it, so it's got that little circle thing, says Mortal Kombat on it, and it's supposed to hold him upright. That snapped. No idea how that happened, it just did, probably in the event of a move. And everything here you can see is kind of really flimsy. So it's a great looking model, great looking figure, but everything is just really fragile on it. So my other ones, I like to keep them in the package. You can see here this also broke off. This is supposed to be connected here, right there like that, and then it snaps onto the body, but it keeps falling off because it's not a very good figure. And this one I can't really bring myself to throw out. I've actually been thinking about just getting rid of it, but I'm going to hold on to it for now. Maybe it's not going to be worth anything in the future. It's out of box and broken, but just something neat to look at. Next, we're going to go into the pop figures. Now, again, in the prologue of the video, you saw a ton of pop figures around my apartment. Majority of those are my wife's. She likes The Office, Steve Irwin, as I do myself, and, The Mandalorian, Baby Yoda, and all that Star Wars jazz. So she started collecting the pops, and as she started doing that, I saw a couple pops myself that I just thought, add to the collection. I know a lot of people have kind of a negative attitude towards pops. Sorry, trying to get the lighting. Me, myself, I really don't care. If you enjoy something, go ahead and do it. So the first one we have here is the Mortal Kombat Raiden pop. This, from the back, came as a set of 4 with Liu Kang, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Raiden. And since Raiden is basically who grew my channel, we had to get the Raiden one. Then next up for the pops, I'm trying to stack everything off screen here so it's not in the way, is the Mortal Kombat 2021 Sub-Zero pop. Sub-Zero was like absolute badass in this movie. He and Kano alone carried that film. There's no Kano pop. I was kind of disappointed. If there was, I'd get it. This one was a rare find. I actually just got this a week ago while I was in Boston at a Newberry Comics, which they have a lot of the pops, and they actually have quite a bit of the Mortal Kombat ones, so I was able to pick up this Sub-Zero one. The other ones in this set are Cole, Scorpion, Sonya, and of course Sub-Zero. Now I have no interest in Cole Young because he's a waste of a character in my opinion. Sonya Blade, I'm not the biggest Sonya Blade fan. I like the character, but I have no real correlation with her. And, just looking at the pop, you wouldn't really realize it's a Mortal Kombat ninja. So it's just, without looking at the box, it's just a lady. So, I want the Sub-Zero one, and this might be the only one from this collection set I get, just because the pops can run pretty pricey, especially when you get a bunch. Next up for the figures, we have the still in-box Mortal Kombat 11 McFarlane Toy Bloody Variant Noob Saibot. This was a really cool thing. A lot of you by now know that Noob Saibot's my second most played character in Mortal Kombat 11, so I saw this and I just had to grab it. And the original variation was sold out at the time, and there was the gold platinum variation, which only 3,000 of those were sold, and absolutely nowhere near me sells them. So this was the best one I get my hands on, and I really actually like the figure, and the box is in very good condition for a collectible item like this, if you want to call it a collectible. Most of the Mortal Kombat 11 figure boxes I've seen are just absolutely destroyed. because it's kind of a flimsier packaging too, and people do not care about shipping. They do not care when they're stocking on the shelves, so a lot of times they get damaged. But the figure's in great condition, never been opened. Nice little collector's item right here. Up next for the figures, we'll stick with the McFarlane line. We have the McFarlane Scorpion versus Raiden. Part of the reason I've been debating throwing out that other Scorpion I showed you earlier is because I have this one still in package, and I really like how they pose them in the package. I was thinking of opening them, displaying these, and keeping them in fighting pose, but seeing as how destroyed the first Scorpion is, I think I'm going to keep these ones in the package as well. This package is actually still in pretty nice condition overall. I believe this item is sold out everywhere too, so you can't even find this in stores. Or if someone are selling it at like a rebate place, it's really expensive and they're marking up the price. Most likely scalpers. But I really love these figures. It's got Raiden, of course, and then a replacement Scorpion for me. That was a gift from my wife for Christmas. Next up, again, keeping along with the Raiden line, we have the Gallery diorama Raiden. It's just a statue, can't really pose it at all. But look at that, it is really nice. You got Raiden with the thunder all around him. He even got a little stand there. It's hard to see with the glare. This is another one that I could take out and display, because, you know, this one's going to be a little bit more sturdy than the McFarlane Toys ones. But I do love the packaging it's in. This is Mortal Kombat. It's got the name right there, Raiden. And lets you know who displays it, or who sold it, so Gallery. And I just really love the packaging, so we're going to keep it in there, keep it mint. Keep its value, you know, because when things get out of package, they lose their value. So that's all we have for the figures. Now we got two more items before we get to the new item unboxing. And now, all of this stuff is officially licensed Mortal Kombat gear. The next two things we're going to show you are not official Mortal Kombat things at all, but based on their look and their style, I'm considering them part of my Mortal Kombat collection. The first thing here is this little fancy knife. Now, again, as you saw in the pre-log, I do like collecting knives. I have a lot of them. Every time I travel somewhere new, I buy a new knife. This one I bought in Germany, and this is actually supposed to be a gift for somebody, but that relationship ended up falling through with that person. I'm not going to go too much in detail there, so I ended up keeping this knife for myself. Again, no real correlation to anything, but the hilt is a dragon, and that is its tail. And, you know, the black little design here makes me kind of think of this as a black dragon knife, and its size and look does look a lot like the Kano knives that you can equip in Mortal Kombat 11. So I'm claiming this as an unofficial Kano knife. Now, this did come with a little black stand where it just fits on top perfectly, and don't worry, this knife is not sharp. But unfortunately I left it at my parents' house when I moved cross country, so I will have to get that from them eventually when I get a chance to get back home. And now the last item here, it's going to be pretty big, so I'm going to try and get it. And I have posted this in a video before, but we have these Cabal hook blades. Again, these are not officially licensed, but I don't really know of any other character that uses these type of hook blades. They do come with a neat little stand. You can place them on, just display them like this. And now, unlike that last knife I just showed you, the Kano one, and these hook blades, these are heavy. These are actual weapons. Again, not sharp anywhere in the blades area, but you can sharpen them, and they are pointy, and they can hurt. But these are for display purposes only, so we keep them nice and dull. So, that is the extent of my Mortal Kombat collection. A lot of stuff that I want to show off to you guys. A lot of my friends that I have that come around my apartment and see them displayed, you know, aren't really big Mortal Kombat fans, so they don't really get to appreciate it. So I'm hoping you guys can get a chance to appreciate what you're seeing here. Hopefully it'll start letting you guys to start your own collection. And then you can share that with us however you wish. Now I'm looking to expand this collection. I want to get the McFarlane toys, the Baraka one, any of the variants, but those are sold out everywhere. And I'm not going to drop the money on it yet. I also want to start getting into the Storm Collectibles figures. Those ones I have been thinking about taking out of the box because they come with a lot of equipment that you can equip. Like I want to get the Baraka one, and you can pose them to do his chop chop. I know there's a couple. There's a reptile one that's actually really cool. and just a couple other figures, but those run around $100 each for the normal figures, and then people like Shao Kahn and Motaro and Goro and Kintaro all have figures, but those are about $150 each, and a lot of them, I only see at Comic-Con. I've never been to one, but, watching on Cage Games, that's where he picks up those. So, that is the extent of that. Now we have some package unboxings to do that will do like a nice little reveal. We will be using, as a little aesthetics, we'll be using this little knife that I had in my collection. This is like a Transformer looking knife that I got at a flea market. So I'm going to switch cameras here. We'll get these boxes opening for you, and that will be the end of the video. So I'll just say thanks for watching the video so far. Hope you guys are enjoying. Leave a comment if there's anything in your collection that you have that you think is really cool, or if you know where to get more items, because they're just scattered all around, honestly, the country that I've been able to find them. Alright, enough rambling, we're going to switch videos here. Alright guys, we got the camera set all up. This is a very ghetto way to do this, but I do not have, again, a professional place to set this up, and I do not have a professional overhead camera for this unboxing. So we're going to go work with this. It's going to look kind of weird. It's just a webcam on top of a bunch of boxes. I'm going to crop some of this out so that you can't see the borders. So that's why what you're kind of seeing is just this brown table with the box, a couple packages on it, with, just the scruffy logo background in the background. So let's get into this unboxing. Now, I know exactly what is in these three packages. We have two, kind of plastic mail, book packages, and then a Target box, because I bought all these, so I know what they are. But you guys don't know what they are. So I'm going to let you guys take a guess now to see if you know what these things are. I'll give you a couple seconds right now to do that. Alright, time is up. We are going to open them up now. We are going to be using this knife that we said earlier. Very fancy. Very nice. So we'll start with this one. This is going to be overkill, but we like the knife. Not very aesthetically pleasing at all. And we have Mortal Kombat X Blood Ties Volume 1. As you can see, it's obviously very used, it's all beat up, but this was only $15 for me to get because of its condition. Normally these brand new one of these runs at $100 because they do not exist anymore. Alright, we're going to put the knife away for the second opening, just because it is the same type of package. Let's move that off. Sorry, the camera's shaking a little bit. Inside is another package. And we have Mortal Kombat X Volume 3 Blood Island. And this one's actually in pretty good condition. The shippers obviously made a very good case to make sure it arrived in pretty good condition. Again, this is another one that's like not as much as the first edition or the first volume, but still quite a bit of money if you don't buy it used. And I got this one for $10. Now we're back at the big item here. This one, we will use the knife. So let's see what's in it. Please excuse the technical difficulties we just experienced. Alright, I'm going to take this off the table for a minute, finish opening it. And here we have Mortal Kombat 11 McFarlane Platinum version Noob Saibot. Look at that, and it's all gold. Only 3,000 of these made. I was able to get my hands on one of them. The sticker was coming off there, but it's alright. And the box, sealed, unopened. Looks actually pretty amazing for the price I paid for it. Out of box, it's about $50. And I was able to get that in box brand new for $50. That is a great edition right there, and we'll put it side by side with the blood variant. Again, you know, it's just a little coloration difference, but that alone makes this a very rare and very valuable Noob Saibot figure. So we're going to switch back to cameras and finish up the video, and then we will let you guys get out of here. Alright, we are back to this game review. Sorry about that horribleness. That was my unboxing. It's my first time ever doing an unboxing video, and I have construction worker hands, not elegant box opening hands. So let's just take another recap at the things we just added to the collection. We have Mortal Kombat X, the comic series, volumes 1 and 3. Throw that in with 2. Now we have the full collection. So we'll be able to read those and figure out what the heck happened in Mortal Kombat. Also added the very rare Noob Saibot Platinum version. Again, compare that to the Bloody variant version. And even the artwork on the back, just looking at those are also a little different, just a little different poses. I'm trying to stay in the light for you. Yeah, there we go, that side. Sorry, the camera flipped on me. Alright, so that is the end of my collection. And now, the last little thing I want to add in. Since I have this Platinum version, I do not need this Bloody variant. So that means I'm going to be giving it away to you guys. So, I'm going to do what I did with the last giveaway I did with the Raiden Bloody variant. What I'm going to do, everybody who comments Striker for MK12 and under this video will automatically get their name in for a drawing for this Noob Saibot figure. And I'll do what I did last time. I'll throw a little scruffy sticker on it and I'll autograph it if you guys desire. So we're going to throw in this Noob Saibot figure for you. Just comment Striker for MK12 underneath this video and we'll throw you in there. Now, I'm about to leave on a work trip, which is going to be about 7 days at sea, so I will not have any access to internet for the next 7 days. But when I get back, I will be posting on the community tabs just some posts with some scruffy lore questions. That's right, I'm going to make you guys work for this one a little bit more, instead of just watching a video and being subscribed. You have to be subscribed too to qualify for this. Comment on these community posts. I'm going to ask questions about my life, just different aspects that I have revealed throughout the many videos on my channel that I've posted. So if you guys are fans of this, if you comment the right answer, you will get an extra name in the drawing. And after I feel we've done enough of those, I will do the drawing, and one lucky winner will be picked to get this Mortal Kombat 11 Noob Saibot Bloody variant figure with the scruffy 6910 logo as a sticker. So that's all we have for that. If you guys enjoyed this collection video at all, let me know below in the comments. And if you liked the unboxing complete disaster that was, and if you want to see more of that, but with a little bit more mystery to it, feel free to send me anything that you guys might want. DM me on the Scruffy 6910 Facebook page, and I'll get you an address if you guys want to send anything, you know, any collectibles that you might be trying to get rid of that you might not want. Or if you just want to gift one for me, hint, hint. But I'm not going to ask you too much for that. But it's just for you guys if you want to see more unboxing. I will get a better setup so the video isn't as shaky, so the camera doesn't fall down. And again, like the rest of my collectible knives, this knife, I'll get my hand out of the way. This knife is not sharp. It's just very pointy. That's why you saw me struggling a lot while trying to open those packages. So I'll get a sharp knife too, not just one that looks cool. That is all we have for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys more in the future. Scruffy Squad out.